As you can see over here, these are the various components. This is the core right here, the first one. This is the feed chest that you see over there containing the coal right here. This is the input chest for the first furnace and the output chest for the first furnace. You can stack as many additional furnaces as you can see in the background. I've got 2 stacked on here. Each one of them consists of this module, which is 1 input chest, 1 output chest, a furnace, and then the required hoppers. Now, the add-on that I talked about, the required that's going to require a trip to the nether, is because of this right here. This is a comparator, and it's going to require a trip to the nether to obtain some nether quartz. Other than that, the build is pretty light except for the iron. So let's take a look at the supplies that we're going to need to initially build the first piece here. So we're going to need 10 hoppers, a furnace, 3 chests, and in the case of this one, you can start with a single chest. You don't have to start with these double chests. You can start with just 1 chest up here, and then later add these additional chests on as needed. So you can begin this base build with just 3 chests, or you can go ahead and build 6. Now, to build the hoppers, you're going to need 50 iron ingots, and that's what I was talking about earlier. It's going to be a little bit iron heavy to build these. So you're going to need 50 iron ingots, and you're going to need a stack and a quarter of wood to produce chests, because each hopper requires 1 chest surrounded by 5 iron ingots. So these are used to build chests that will go into the hoppers. And of course you'll need cobblestone to build the furnace, and then 24 oak planks to build 3 chests. And if you go with 6 chests, you'll need 48 wood. Each expansion requires only 8 hoppers, which will result in a need of 40 iron ingots and a stack of wood. Another furnace corresponding to 8 cobblestones again. And again, you can start out with only 2 chests, or you can make them a double chest and you'll need 4 chests. And so you'll either need 16 or 32 wood for each expansion that you wish to add to it. If you decide to build the indicator lamp, here's the supplies you will need. Any block of your choice. This can be cobblestone. As long as it's a solid block, it really doesn't matter. You'll need 4 redstone, 1 torch, and to build 1 torch you will need 1 redstone and a stick. And since you can't build just 1 stick, that requires 2 wood planks, but it produces 4 sticks, which coincidentally is the total number of torches you're going to need, because the comparator itself will require 3 torches, plus you need an external torch here. So the 4 sticks is perfect for this build. For the redstone comparator, you will need another 3 redstone, stone, which you will need to bake from cobblestone, and of course 1 piece of nether quartz. And this is the item that you're going to have to go to the nether to get. There's no other supply for it. And of course the redstone lamp, which is built from a glowstone and 4 redstone. Again, this part right here, this particular expansion piece is not required. It's just nice to be able to have a light showing you that your fuel supply is exhausted and you need to go obtain more. But it's not required to make the wall work, and we'll show that as a build on later. As you can see here, this is the supply chest with the coal, and we have a hopper here. Now a hopper will draw out of a double chest from either spot, either the back or the front. It does not matter which of these two. It will draw out of the complete chest. So as far as a hopper is concerned, a double chest is a single container. So you can see here, this hopper pulls it out of the chest. It passes it to this hopper, and you see the spout facing this way. So this hopper is feeding into this hopper into here, and this hopper into here. And I've left this spout facing out. Now it just doesn't spit it out. What's going to happen is this hopper below this hopper is going to suck the ingredients out of this hopper into this hopper, and you can see the spout facing into the furnace, it has filled the coal slot. Now the reason I left this facing outwards like this is so that when we build this next module over here for add-on hoppers, and you can see the last hopper in this one is also facing out, and it will form a complete chain all the way from furnace to furnace to furnace to furnace. The item to be cooked or baked, similarly, is a double chest here. We have a single hopper here facing into this hopper, and since its spout is facing down, it's going to feed into the furnace whatever needs to be cooked. We have a hopper below the furnace. Instead of feeding directly into a chest, I have it offset by 1, and it feeds into a second hopper, which then feeds the chest. And by offsetting the chest like this, that allows me easier access to the furnace. As you can see over here, we have the input chest here, 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 and the output chest to the side here, and we can easily access the furnace via here. Now the add-on, like I said, it will plug in here. It's spaced apart here right now for explanation purposes. Normally this will be right up against this build here, but I've separated it so you can see the individual pieces. So you can see the output tube here would normally feed here and here and here and on to the next module. Again, the hopper below that is going to extract it out of the hopper chain above and feed the fuel here. And of course we have a supply chest, and then the supply chain in, and then a completed chain out to a completed chest here, which would hold the completed ingredients. Now this piece sits right behind here and detects, and I'll go through a better explanation of this, that supply chest right there, right here, sits right on top of this, like this. So as you can see, this chest is empty. So this comparator said, hey, I'm off, there's nothing in the chest. A redstone torch to the side of a block like this makes an inverter, so this block is off, so that turned this torch on. And since the torch is on, it fed power to this redstone signal line here, powering this block, lighting this light. Now if we put anything in this chest, the comparator says, hey, there's something in the chest, and turns this block on, which then turns this light off, or this torch off, and unpowers this redstone line, and thus turning the light off. So as that hopper that's underneath the chest here draws items out of this chest, it will eventually empty the chest. And when the chest becomes empty, the light will light. So over here, after you've built your wall, and of course the cosmetics are up to you, anytime this chest becomes empty, this light behind this placard will light up, telling you that you're out of coal in the chest. You are not completely out of coal, remember, because it's going to draw all the coal out of this chest and fill up all of these hoppers in all of this chain. So each one of these hoppers, even though this is not working, is completely full of fuel. So anytime any one of these empties, it's going to pull a piece out of here and ship it along whatever line needed it, and over to the next module and into there, and next module and into it. And all these hoppers are going to be full of coal, so you are way not out of coal when the chest is empty. You have a long time to consume all the coal that is stored into the system initially. So that gives you time to go mine coal. Once this is empty, you have plenty of time to acquire more fuel. So it's not like all of a sudden it's going to stop working when the light comes on. In part 3, we'll begin construction of the actual modules.